The first article I wanted to talk about is titled Rick Wiles, Vaccines Are Part of a Plot to Kill Stupid People. This is on the Friendly Atheist website written by Hemant Mehta. So let's give it a read and see what it says. Right-wing pundit and professional anti-Semite Rick Wiles has spent the past year denying the seriousness of COVID. He's called for the torture of Dr. Anthony Fauci, supposedly paid the legal fines for Orthodox Jews who held a large in-person gathering in defiance of local COVID restrictions, and called on Christians to rise up over Bill Gates for some reason. Something I want to point out before moving on. There is a video that we're going to watch with this, but I bet you noticed that Hemant Mehta made note of the fact that he is an anti-Semite and also paid the legal fines for Orthodox Jews. How is that possible? How is it that this guy is anti-Semitic and also supports Jewish people? Why? What's going on with that? The reason that this phenomenon exists is because Christians, far-right extremist Christians, need Israel and the Jews to exist for the rapture to come. Before Armageddon takes place, they need the Jews to live in Israel and to be prospering according to the Bible, like according to their interpretation of it. They need that to be the case. However, they are far-right extremists, and along with that comes all kinds of conspiracy theories about Jewish space lasers and, Jewish control of the media and all of that other shit. All of the shit that Marjorie Taylor Greene has spent the past 10, 15, 20 years talking about. You guys remember when Marjorie Taylor Greene came out and talked about Jewish space lasers? It seems nonsensical to say that she's anti-Semitic when she supports Israel so strongly. But that's what it is. That's part of their ideology. They believe that there's this big Jewish conspiracy and, simultaneously, need Israel to exist and Jews to exist for the rapture to come. So, anyways, with that being said, let's finish reading this section of the article and then watch the clip with it. And now he's saying vaccines are part of a plot. Let's watch the clip where he actually said that and see what he had to say.
I am not going to be vaccinated.
I join you in that.
I'm going to be one of the survivors. I'm going to survive.
Okay, now this is an entirely new level, right? What the fuck is this guy talking about?
I am not going to allow the COVID maniacs to convince me to be vaccinated or vaccinate me against my will. I know what I'm reading. I know what I'm seeing.
And what's that? Like, what are you sitting here reading about this? Is it accurate information? And how can we know it's accurate? What's your process for determining that an article or a news source or whatever contains real factual information? How do you know it's not fake news? Because based on the things that this guy comes out and says, somebody's feeding him fake news. Absolutely no doubt about that. I don't know who it is or what he's reading, but he comes up with some real fucking doozies.
What I'm reading, I know what I'm seeing. There is a mass death campaign underway right now. And I don't care what people, they can write any article they want to write about me. They can do everything they can to deplatform me. I'm going to survive a global.
This guy legitimately believes this shit, what he's saying right now. He believes that he is going to be attacked and deplatformed and persecuted if he doesn't take this vaccine. And if he does, it's going to kill him. That's really genuinely what he believes. So what's the end result of this kind of rhetoric right here? Does anybody really believe this? I found something on TikTok not long ago that I wanted to show you guys. This is an actual TikTok from a girl talking to her dad. Listen.
It's not by definition a vaccine.
Then what is it?
It is a human trial. It is genetic therapy.
Where is he getting this it's genetic therapy thing? This is all part of another conspiracy theory about it. They're claiming that it changes your genes and all this other shit. It's not true. It does not.
Vaccine, it doesn't fall under the category of a vaccine. It's not FDA approved.
Simply untrue. The FDA granted emergency approval for a couple of them, for multiple vaccines. I'm not sure which one he's referring to here, but the FDA has approved a few of them, and so have the CDCs and the FDAs of other countries.
Why are you trying to buy me off with it, though?
Because I love you. Why do you think I want to buy you off?
I don't want money, though. Like,
I know you don't, but I don't know what else to do.
you didn't do this to Michael and Kelsey. They already got it.
Don't you think I know that? Don't you think I know that? Why do you think I'm fucking crazy? Your mother got it. Why do you think I'm fucking crazy? My family is gone. My family is gone. By the end of this flu season, most of you will be dead. What the fuck do you expect me to be?
Okay.
This guy believes what Rick Wiles was saying. He believes that there is, what is it?
I'm going to be one of the survivors. I'm going to survive.
This guy bought into it. So does he watch Rick Wiles? Not necessarily. Rick Wiles isn't the only person saying this shit. You know who else is? Greg Locke, Marjorie Taylor Greene, all kinds of people are saying shit like this. Lots of big public figures. It's not even mandated. Nobody is forcing anybody to do anything right now. And honestly, I doubt that they're going to. I seriously doubt that if you don't want it, you're not going to be forced to take the vaccine. It's not going to play out that way. I'm sure that we will most likely reach herd immunity without these completely out of their head conspiracy theorists. I don't know where these people's heads are at right now, that they feel so strongly that they will literally start crying because they believe that their families are going to die from taking a vaccine.
Your mother got it. Why do you think I'm fucking crazy? My family is gone. My family is gone. By the end of this flu season, most of you will be dead. What the fuck do you expect me to be?
Okay.
How do you argue with people who are so completely emotionally invested in this? And who do we have to blame for this? Personally, I believe that it goes a little bit beyond Donald Trump, but I primarily blame Trump for this. He started this, anti-mask, anti-vaccine fucking bullshit. Even though he said that people should get the vaccine, it was kind of under duress, and when he got it, he didn't tell anybody about it. He has not contributed to the solution to this problem in any way. I mean, how do we deal with this issue? Seriously. Let's keep reading this article by Hemant Mehta. These are excerpts from the video. I'm not going to be vaccinated. There's a mass death campaign underway right now. The only good thing that'll come out of this is a lot of stupid people will be killed off. This is Hemant Mehta speaking. There's no statement more right-wing Republican than a rant that begins, "I am not going to be vaccinated," and ends, "The only good thing that'll come out of this is a lot of stupid people will be killed off." No kidding. Apparently, I want Wiles to survive more than he does. If only his irresponsible decision didn't have to affect the rest of us. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to worry about herd immunity in this country, which means we need Rick Wiles and everybody else to get vaccinated. But the insanity doesn't end there. You guys remember last week I talked about Marjorie Taylor Greene making that comparison to the Holocaust, basically saying that she was being persecuted just like Jews in 1940s Germany were. Here's the clip. Give it a listen.
Congresswoman, I've got to play you this. It's about 20 seconds or so. This is Nancy Pelosi today literally talking about this idea of segregation, like literally putting unvaccinated House members in a different area. Have a look at this.
This woman is mentally ill. You know, we can look back in a time in history where people were told to wear a gold star and they were definitely treated like second class citizens, so much so that they were put in trains and taken to gas chambers in Nazi Germany. And this is exactly the type of abuse that Nancy Pelosi is talking about.
Nancy Pelosi is talking about taking you to a gas chamber? Is that what Nancy Pelosi was saying? I haven't heard a word about that. This woman is unironically comparing getting a vaccine to the Holocaust. And she's saying it with a straight fucking face. That's not a smile that she has right now. I hear you saying this is just the fringe right. This is just a few people, right? No. Unfortunately, it's a little bit more than just a few people. There's another article I wanted to look at on the Guardian website. It's titled, Tennessee Hat Shop in Storm Over Not Vaccinated Star of David Badge. Let's give it a read and see what it says. A hat shop in Nashville, Tennessee that reportedly sold not vaccinated badges resembling the yellow Star of David, which Jewish people were forced to wear by the Nazis, has removed a post promoting the item following extensive criticism online. The now deleted post on an Instagram account for Hatworks showed a smiling woman touching the front of her shirt, to which a patch was affixed, with the caption, "Patches are here." The post said that patches cost $5 each and had a strong adhesive back. Hatworks said it would be offering trucker caps soon. Here's a picture of it if you are curious and want to see it a little bit closer. For those of you actually watching on the YouTube channel, this is a picture of it. It is a Star of David reminiscent of the one used by Jews in Nazi Germany. How fucked up is this? How fucked up? Where are their heads right now? Seriously, where are their heads that they would come up with something like this? That they would really believe that they are as persecuted as Jews in 1940s Germany. Where the fuck are their heads? Earlier, I talked about an email I got from somebody saying that I'm an unreliable source because I talk about the Christian right. This is why. Right here. This is it. Right here. This is why I talk about it. There is something broken in these people's brains. No joke. There is something wrong with somebody who believes all of this conspiracy shit that the vaccine is going to kill you and all this stuff. Something wrong with you if you believe this shit. We're going to have to address this problem as a society, and I have no fucking clue where to start. Let's finish the article. As reported by the Tennessean, social media users reacted with the hashtag #HateWorks, slamming the patch as anti-Semitic and disgusting. Absolutely, it is anti-Semitic and disgusting. Either they don't know what happened, either they don't have a proper education on 1940s Germany and exactly how that played out, or they legitimately live in a delusion, or both. I have watched documentaries and read books about what it was like in Germany in the 40s for Jews. And the comparison is fucking grotesque. And Marjorie Taylor Greene making that little comparison like she did, she should be removed from leadership. All leadership. Seriously. Let's keep reading. The Instagram post generated thousands of comments, the newspaper said. Such reports echoed controversy this week over comments by Marjorie Taylor Greene, the hard right-wing Republican congresswoman from Georgia who likened measures to mitigate the transmission of COVID-19 to Nazi repression of the Jews, and actually said that is what Nancy Pelosi wants to do to them. Took the extra step to say that Nancy Pelosi wants to put them in train cars. These people live in a delusion. Resistance to vaccinations, mask mandates, and other public health measures has been a feature of the pandemic in the U.S. The Biden administration said this week that 50% of U.S. adults are now fully vaccinated, but among Republicans in particular, resistance to vaccinations has spread. Attempts to reach Hatworks for comment were not immediately successful. Yeah, this is The Guardian. This is a pretty big newspaper. I mean, this isn't a tiny little thing, you know. I'm surprised that Hatworks didn't respond with their, you know, at least to get their extremist message out. I would have thought for sure they'd want to get the extremist message out. High-profile figures were among those who slammed the shop online. A former U.S. ambassador to NATO, Ivo Dalder, remarked, "As a young schoolgirl in Holland, my mother was forced to wear a yellow star by the Nazis to identify her as a Jew. It's beyond grotesque to sell this evil symbol to proclaim one is not vaccinated. Where does this end?" Seriously, where does this end? This is absolutely fucking disgusting. The actor W. Earl Brown, I don't know W. Earl Brown, commented, "I am ashamed to know that I've given these people business in the past. I've sent people there. This is vile and repulsive. They trumpet that they're proud to stand up against tyranny. Well, I am proud to say, go fuck yourself. I will purchase my chapeaus elsewhere." I don't know what the fuck a chapeau is, but I'm glad they're getting it somewhere else. Ana Navarro Cardenas, a CNN analyst, said, "I like to think such stupidity, insensitivity, and ignorance in America cannot be commonplace." The store defended its decision. A new Instagram message said, "People are so outraged by my post, but asked, are you outraged with the tyranny the world is experiencing? If you don't understand what's happening, that is on you, not me. I pay much more respect to history by standing up with the fallen than offering silence and compliance." On Saturday, the Hatworks Instagram account also contained a post quoting David Icke. Oh my god, David Icke! If you guys don't know who that is, I'll have to cover him one of these days, pretty soon. He is a nutbag, seriously. The nuttiest of bags. On Saturday, the Hatworks Instagram account also contained a post quoting David Icke, a former British professional footballer. I didn't know he was a footballer, who became a leading peddler of conspiracy theories, some of them anti-Semitic. Last year, Icke was suspended from Twitter for sharing misinformation about the virus. You know what information he was sharing? He was one of the main people spreading the idea that 5G cell networks were spreading the virus. He was one of the main sources of it, and they took down a bunch of his videos. I tried desperately to find him so that I could criticize him, and they were just really hard to find after they were taken down. But, you know, rightfully so. That shit is completely outlandish, and spreading it and helping it propagate is morally wrong, in my opinion. What are we going to do about these people who are so convinced? What are we going to do about this guy?
My family is gone. My family is gone. By the end of this flu season, most of you will be dead. What the fuck do you expect me to be?
Okay.
What are we going to do about him? You know, I worry about, like, the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Rick Wiles of the world, the people who have big platforms who are spreading this nonsense. I worry about that. And I want to find a way to resolve the problem. But it's gone beyond that. Now it has turned into people actually listening to and believing them, taking them at face value, and trying to bribe their kids not to get the vaccine. That's where we are right now as a society in the United States. We have all the vaccine that we could possibly need, more supply than demand. And we can't get anybody to fucking take it. There are countries out there like Canada and others that are still locked down right now. They can't go out of their houses because they don't have any vaccine. And we have people like that guy crying because he thinks his family is going to be dead by the end of summer because the vaccine is going to kill him or something. It's fucking sad, man.